motherfucking middle finger up in this bitch. ATL, St. Louis, Alabama, Chicago, the Carolinas, DC, Bay Area, Miami, New York, Vegas, Texas. Y'all niggas can't go from my niggas home. 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 Motherfuck that nigga, motherfuck that bitch. 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 Y'all niggas more flexing that, flaunting that.
Yeah, nah, man. You already know exactly what time it is. We're back here to serve some more Game on the Ground for them hungry hounds who just got the pound and are ready for the next round. So with that being said, make sure y'all grab y'all snacks, y'all drinks, y'all weed, whatever the fuck the case may be. Because we're going to jump into this shit, man. This is back for part 3 of Charleston White in Hollywood. So with that being said, man, we did part 2 last time. It was a little bit shorter than I had wanted it to be, but it's all right. We're back here with part 3, and the goal is to have part 3 a little bit longer than part 2. That's why there's always multiple parts. So with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and jump into this shit. I'm going to go ahead and pull this shit up here like this real quick. Go ahead and do that, and we are good to go. Go ahead and put that bitch in full screen. With that being said, let's get it in 3, 2, 1.
My son love, come here, baby. But you say, oh, boy, you raising him to be gay with love? So, man, I raised my boy with love. I wasn't, man, fuck all that, teach him to fight, punching on him. No, man, I gave him love. So, but I saw this won't protect him when he go outside and play with these nigga baby, these ghetto nigga baby. So, I started watching what he would gravitate to, what environments he would have to fight in, what environments he get peace in. So this is my qualitative observation. And I don't remember too many mulattoans growing up. It wasn't a lot of mixed kids growing up, homie. So that's why yellow niggas was so fascinating in the 80s. It wasn't a bunch of mixed niggas in the, you know what I'm saying? So, so when I got locked up, you never saw too many angry yellow niggas.
I mean, you saw Shamar Moore playing. I mean, but
let me just say this: the guy who put me down with the gang was a mixed dude, but they the real tough, super tough, because they had to fit in to be real tough because the yellow nigga, or they manageable, mild, and can be perceived as being weak because they get along. So if the yellow nigga ain't playing a hard, tough role and he can fight, he'll be perceived to be weak. So when I had a mixed breed son, I saw what mixed people gravitate to. When they come over here with the black, they really don't really fit in. They hair too pretty, their skin too, so when they come over here with the other side, you ain't white, you ain't, so there's no medium for them.
But that's the colorism black people would say was created by white supremacy.
Well,
is that blaming it on the white folks?
Well, no, I'm not blaming it. So my mother always told me all things work for the good of those that love God. So whatever God created, whatever reason man created that for, is gonna be used for good.
I agree with that.
So when I look at mixed people, man, they fit in everywhere. They can go in any door.
But is somebody a part of the mixed community? We ain't here to bring peace from God.
It ain't on y'all to do that. I'm just saying, watching y'all. I ain't never seen a group of mixed people violent, angry, and disturbing. It may be an individual, but I've never seen a group of y'all. Nowhere. I ain't never seen a group of yellow niggas causing trouble, fucking up nothing. Nowhere. So that's all I'm saying. So my son is 20. I've been strategically paying attention to mixed people, and that's whether on a job. It's just because y'all can't fit into the hate. So for the most part, in your family, you bridge the family together. So my Mexican side, they didn't like the fact that she had that, but because the baby was what it was, they learned to love the baby. They learned so it bridged something. So if nothing else, barriers are broken with mixed breed people.
Well, mixed breed people go through hell right too, because
y'all go more than any.
Because but you don't really belong in any one.
Get right here up. You just like the nigga. Get on, boy. Yeah,
you're trying to be that bridge. Okay. But you don't believe all dark-skinned kids
I'm
are
not. I'm just saying that America haven't always had mixed babies, right? So we probably the first generation of black people who got to openly date white girls and have babies, and it's no real stigma to it. But your mom and them had a stigma.
Oh yeah, my grandparents didn't
Come
like
on
my
now,
mom dating black
yeah.
men.
So I'm the first person in my family that got mulattoans. I'm the first black male in my family with mulattoan babies. So after me, my lineage is mixed. It ain't no more unless I make another full black baby. But I'm just saying, when I look at nationalities, whether those are Arabs, Russians, North Koreans, there's a lot of hate in the world. There's a lot of ethnocentric ideology, belief system that I'm better because I believe this. But the mixed child, they don't embrace hate. It's hard. Where can they hate it? And they're in the middle.
I mean, Drake hates Kendrick.
I don't think there's no hate. I think something happened behind the scenes we don't know about it. And these some niggas just having some yeah. So they say it's over a girl. But
if all this went down over. So wait, really, who do you think won between Drake and Kendrick?
From the response of the crowd and the cheers, Kendrick.
Yeah,
Kendrick.
Okay, so back to the mulatto thing. Why don't you believe Latinos can use the word nigga? Because some people in New York and in communities that are mixed, we just say it in the hood. We all live in the same hood, so why not?
All my Latin King partners use it. Because they can't use it at the dinner table, at Christmas time, at Feliz Navidad time with their people. Yeah, now if they can go nigga at Christmas time with their grandmamas and mothers and them, they gotta wait a little while because the nigga still the NIGGR is still here and sprinkled out around. Once they gone, then y'all come join us with the nigga shit because in Texas, our Mexicans are niggas. They got gold teeth, bald face, they rap nigga. No, they niggas. But when I come out here to California, man, my SA partner them, they not niggas, they vato, ese.
Right.
Yeah. So I think.
But as the person who runs Nigga Nation and who trademarked nigga, can we just settle it now as a person that owns the word literally?
Yeah, everybody can say it. Everybody nigga. Yeah, niggas out. See, I want to make the word inclusive.
Can white people say it?
Yeah. Now, let me just say this.
Oh man.
No, because
I know it's gonna piss some people off, but I can already see the internet exploding over that shit. Especially the fucking snowflake liberals. That shit is I gotta go back. Hold up. Just immediately he said, yeah.
But as the person who runs Nigga Nation and who trademarked nigga, can we just settle it now as a person that owns the word literally?
Yeah, everybody can say it. Everybody nigga. Yeah, niggas out. See, I want to make the word inclusive.
Can white people say it?
Yeah. So now let me just say this.
No, because only you can speak to the guardrails of the use of a word that you own. Because when Kendrick had that performance and that white girl was rapping in the audience and she said nigga, he stopped the show to tell her you can't use the word.
Yeah, she can use nigga. Yeah. Man, you got to remember now. The spirit of the nigga was a motherfucker. The hymns and the songs that they sang. You got John Brown. If you know who John Brown was, the abolitionist who went and died, had his son. So, man, the spirit of the nigga, white folk got it too. That was when you see Dr. King holding hands on them front lines, man, there's some white people he holding hands with. Bloody Sunday, man, when they come through hitting them, man, it was some white people out there. So we can't exclude the ones that can tap into the spirit. So, man, when you look at everything that took place after George Floyd, man, it was some down by law white people for the Black Lives Matter movement, going to jails, fighting and swinging. So, man, we can't, man, nigga, NIGGA is inclusive. NIGGER was exclusive because that was a particular group. We're not a particular group anymore because we got mixed babies now. There wasn't a lot of mixed babies then, man.
You said something controversial, and I'm gonna say it slow so you can. I'm not that you're gonna prepare your thought because you're gonna say whatever you want. You said that Hamas is the street niggas of Palestine who are sick of it. That's a lot. Right now, everybody is waiting to hear what you're going to say. Now, there's a lot of people watching who want to see the violence in Israel or in Israel and Palestine or Gaza stop. We all want. I mean, I want to see. You want to see it end.
Yeah.
But a lot of people,
because it's an unfair fight for one.
A lot of people who feel that way in the industry, as you know, are refusing to speak out about it.
And
I want to know, why do you think that they won't speak out?
Because the repercussions and the backlash that you will get for being perceived to be anti-Jew. But if you understand the conflict and the history between the two, then man, Hamas ain't wrong. It's no different when black people got to their breaking point and them niggas in Chicago started stealing animals out the zoo. Fuck they fucking with the zoo for. Then they started burning down Walgreens. It's no different than what we've seen here in America. They believe their land have been taken. And not only have their land been taken, they've been pushed to an open world prison in their own land after it's been taken. And not only that, they have the bullies who supports them and give them all the firepower, all the technology from eavesdropping to camera spying. Many people ain't got no freedom with the Jews over them. The Jews is the overseer, like the slave owner. So how much longer can they take it? How much longer do they have to take it? But they say, man, we have to do. Come on, man. So 2 wrongs don't make a right. But when you push to the edge, do you let them push you off or do you push back? So in my mind, I see them pushing back, right? Let's get us some leverage. Let's and from what most is reported, not that I justify them having hostages, but they're not mistreating the hostages.
Some hostages have died.
Some have, but not intentionally. And some hostages have reported from the woman's aspect. I heard one woman say they were very respectful and nice. So it's no different, man, when the niggas took to the street after George Floyd and say we couldn't take no more. They gave us something.
But for George Floyd, when he died, niggas didn't drop down in cities in parachutes and shoot a whole bunch of people at a festival. So when you see that, do you say justified?
They did, but they didn't drop down out of parachutes. I remember a retired police officer being killed outside of a pawn shop trying to go protect the pawn shop. I remember a lot of people dying during those rides. A lot of people. Yeah,
so with the people who parachuted in and shot all the people up at the festival, do you say that's when you push people to a corner and they respond?
Man, you can't justify, shooting innocent people. There's not soldiers, and that's not a part of the military, right? So you can't justify that. But if 10 years ago you guys done something, just like the gangbangers, this goes on and on and on, just like now. Y'all do something, we do something. This been going on since the 40s, homie.
And I think before social media, people, because I'll say as much as I think I'm educated, I know what's going on, I wasn't aware of the whole conflict for all the decades and decades. But now with social media, we see it every day. When you see it playing out now and you see the response and you see all the babies dying, who's to blame for it still happening right now?
Israel. Because it is my sincere belief that I believe wholeheartedly that only the strong can show compassion for the weak. Israel is a lot stronger. Israel have killed a lot of Palestinians in response to what has happened to them. How many more have to die?
Mhm.
How many more innocent people have to be put in jeopardy for you just to go get a handful of people? When the world is begging and asking, even Hamas is saying, okay, we'll agree to this, but Israel is saying, no, we don't like that. So why not have compassion for those weak people who is at the brink of destruction? Because if they have to move and go somewhere else, it's gonna be a famine that we hadn't seen in since the 40s.
Mhm.
So they're going back to the 40s. So and the world is urging both parties, come on, man, y'all just hold up. Let's ceasefire. Let's see. And Israel is saying no, that we need to do this and mash them. Come on, man.
And everybody's mad at Joe Biden. Should he be doing something more than he's doing now?
Joe Biden should stop sending military aid to Israel since they won't agree with the ceasefire.
Mhm.
So everybody should be mad because here we are with so much, from the opioid crisis to fentanyl to gun violence to teenage pregnancy to even hunger in this country, to send so much aid and resources to 2 different countries in so many packages. Man, that's a slap in the face to America.
Well, I mean, and not to take away from the aid that's needed over there. I mean, there's the conflict is a lot to watch.
Man,
on
the
social
Jews
media.
are some of the most richest people in the world. How much aid do they need? They military and the things that they have is 20 times way more
Advanced.
advanced.
But what I was going to say was, it's not that they don't deserve it, because I think our place in being a humanitarian to the world is important. But Congo, like, there's a whole slaughter, there's a whole world of people in Congo being killed that look like us that aren't being talked about on the news, and we're not sending aid that I know of.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago just had a horrible weekend. Philadelphia is having warlike murders, men amongst the kids.
So your thought is take care of home first. With
Yeah,
with
man.
all our
Memphis
resources.
just had a big shootout 2 weeks ago where people, man, we got that shit here amongst the niggas, but it's the niggas though. It ain't the blacks it's the ignorant niggas, the gangster niggas, kids, the poor nigga babies, the woman. Yeah. So it's easy to send aid over there and ignore aid that you can give here locally.
So do you think that's the frustration that younger people or people now in America have with Joe Biden, because they see him sending the aid there, but don't see the change happen in their community here?
And what they send to Ukraine, they could wipe out all of our student loans.
Man, who the fuck
with
are you?
no problem. With all the aid they just sent to Ukraine alone.
Mhm.
But you got people here still suffering. I mean, you got people here who get denied food stamps because they $10 over what the requirement says.
Right?
So there's no aid here for America.
Hell no.
So how can all this aid be given and we have just as many people dying here, if not from gun violence, from fentanyl overdoses? Just as many.
So, but you commented on black murder, which I don't believe black on black crime is a thing. Do you believe it's a thing?
Yeah.
Why do you believe black on black? Because some would say it's all based on proximity.
Show me where the Jews killing each other. Show me where the Asians going to jail for murder.
Mhm.
And they got Asian gangs.
Mhm.
Show me where there's a big population of Asians in California. There are Asian Crips, Asian Bloods, Asian gang. Show me where a big population of Asians in jail. You can't. Show me a big population of white people killing white people. You can't. But this is a country of guns.
Well, only when they go in school and shoot up kids and
But
say it's not
that's
terrorism.
But they classify that as a mass shooting.
Mhm.
They classify ours as gun violence, but it's mass shooting because mass people are being shot in one instance, but they don't classify ours as mass shooting.
Well, where do you think that comes from, though? Because again, I'm not one to say everything goes back to white people, but lack of investing
it comes
in our
back
communities.
to us because they see we don't care. If we cared as much as if we care the same about black people shooting black people that we did police shootings, then they would respond to black shootings the way they do police shootings. They try to give us resources and they try to find alternative solutions after a police shooting occurred. They literally put everything on hold. Come on, we got to hear from our blacks. But that's only during a police shooting. Then we act like nothing else bothers us but police shootings. Only thing that bothers black people in America is a white police officer killing a black person. Other than that, nothing bothers us because we don't cry, we don't complain, we don't march, we don't ride, and we don't tear up shit until that happens. So why would anybody care about that? They don't.
Why do you think we're not consistent in the fight for a better life or for a better community?
It starts at home. I think our problem starts watching mom and her sisters, mom and her brothers, grandmama treating this one kind of way compared to this one. Materialism. I think materialism is what got us to this point. Having a color TV, having furniture, having clothes, having shoes. I think materialism superseded everything.
And you don't believe karma is a real thing?
No,
isn't karma the manifestation of energy you put out and then comes back to you? You don't believe that?
I've done some things I should have paid for, and I'm still waiting. So this is what gets me about karma. I've never heard somebody say, man, karma got me. I've never heard nobody say, yeah, I got my karma.
But karma hits you in a different way, don't it? I mean, couldn't karma hit
I've never heard nobody say karma have gotten them.
Right.
Include myself. I always heard people say what karma is going to do when you do bad. I've never heard nobody in my 47 years, I'll be 47 tomorrow. I've never heard nobody say, hey, you're going to get good karma for what you do good. It's always if you do something bad. So people only remind you about karma when you do bad. They never say, man, you're going to win a lottery for that's going to be your karma. So I never heard nobody say that. So it's my belief karma got to be bullshit.
Damn.
Because if karma is real, who gonna pay karma for slavery?
Interesting.
Who's gonna get karma for Tamir Rice? George Zimmerman was shot at. Not one bullet hit him. When do karma get him? And he has a lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's parents. He sold the Skittles. He sold a gun. Men win. Where's karma? What about America? What America's done to other countries in the form of war? What America done to Japan? When is karma? When?
Right. But that doesn't that require all of us as a nation or all of us as a people to want to see the good karma or to see the reparations, for the lack of better words? Because I want to see a better world, which is why I'm running for office, why I'm choosing to use my platform to do it. But don't we all have to collectively do that?
Sure we do, Jason. I watched you go climb a fence.
Facts.
How many people?
And keep my Air Force
Come
Ones
on,
white
I was
too.
just about to say, how many people come from your position? You got to climb down from your high horse to do that.
Yeah.
How many people go climb down from their high horse to do that?
Right.
How many people is going to get out of prison and then go back to prison and try to help somebody get out of prison? How many people is going to make it out the ghetto, come back to the ghetto to try to teach other people how to make it out and might get robbed? So you have to take that risk, right? You have to you became that change. Collectively, I don't think we're gonna do that.
Right. Well, I mean, for me, I had already achieved all the things I thought I want. I mean, I did want them and I still want them and I want more of it, but none of it made me happy. You know, I think what makes me happy is being able to go back and live in my community again and see my community change. But I don't know how to break through this how to pierce through this this need for validation by whiteness or brands to do it.
My mother made it out the ghetto, so I didn't have no business in my mind going back trying to help in the ghetto. Yeah, I was born in Stop 6. Yeah, I kind of grew up there, but I wasn't raised in the ghetto. I wasn't raised in the hood. So why I need to be in the hood? Well, based on what I've been through in life, I chose to work with at-risk children. So by me wanting to work with at-risk children, it's not like they don't have at-risk children in middle-class neighborhoods where I grew up at. That's where I believe the purpose was. the least of those, the people who got the least of the help, the people who get the least of the resources, the people who get the least of. So that's where I went, to the least of those, the bottom. So, and I connected. But many people don't go to the bottom. They might go to the grassroots. They might go to the surface, but they don't go to the core.
Mm-hmm.
You're unique. You went to the core. How many people are willing to do that, though?
Do you think sometimes our people are afraid of redemption? Because I know you're in LA. You've been vocal about what you think about Kobe. I don't think you see Kobe as a hero.
No.
And because he was charged with rape, he wasn't convicted, but he was charged. Is that why you don't see him as a hero? And didn't Kobe deserve redemption?
Yeah, he did. Everybody deserves redemption. He was accused, and that was it. He paid, settled, and that was it. And it was never spoken of again. And I think that's unfair. Yeah, I think that's unfair. He never got the answer for it.
Mm-hmm.
Not to the people who say he's a hero. And so when you look at how he and the others died, every helicopter was given an order to remain on the ground, except his privilege. But me as a father and me as a man, ain't no helicopter flying. Man, we ain't finna go nowhere. Hell no, we ain't finna go up there. No visibility.
But you don't blame Kobe for his death.
You think that pilot drove without him saying yeah?
I think the pilot said we shouldn't fly.
The pilot said we shouldn't fly. Who said we should? Who in there could override the pilot?
Well, nobody should have overrode.
No, I'm just saying, if the pilot is on record saying we shouldn't fly, then somebody else said let's fly. Then whoever said let's fly is the cause of that death, if we're gonna be honest.
Right. And so even with the world grief and the loss of Kobe, you don't feel like he deserves that?
What, to be grieved?
Yeah. Or to be revered as a hero.
Yeah. The drunk driver who died in the car wreck deserved to be grieved for driving drunk and killing somebody and him dying. Yeah, he deserved to be grieved. But the truth is the truth. There's a cause and effect. What's the cause? And then what was the effect? But because we're in our emotions, and for whatever reason, people believe that you can't speak on death. You can't speak on people when they die. Man, I come from a culture that if this was a hoe in the casket, we don't act like she was a saint while we preach her funeral. This was a hoe. If this nigga was a gangbanging killer, we don't preach like he going to hell. This nigga might go to hell. And you got to be honest. And I think what happens when people die, people don't want to be honest anymore. You can't talk about the dead. Says who?
But ain't it wrong to talk about the dead?
Ain't it wrong to talk about the living?
But at least they're allowed to respond to it.
Well, the dead can't hear us, so what does it matter? Who is hurting if the dead can't hear us?
The people who loved him.
They talked about him when he was alive.
But they don't talk about him now that he's dead.
Who say you can't talk about the dead? See, there's clear instructions. Whatever religious belief you believe.
Are we supposed to honor the dead?
I don't think so. I think that's Halloween type shit. I think you're supposed to honor your mother and thy father.
Man, that's
so
bad.
How can you honor the dead but not honor thy mother and thy father?
But two truths can exist at the same time.
But people more disrespectful to their parents, but more consistently to honor the dead.
Didn't you disrespect King Von when he died?
I did. Because I found out he was a serial killer.
Was he?
Anytime you kill 2 or 3 people, you consider a serial killer. So the culture had him deemed as a serial killer. From the lyrics to everybody said that he's a serial killer. He killed 3-4 people. So I'm saying, nigga, fuck him, man. Kill 3-4 people. Black people too. So I didn't know when I learned about King Von, I didn't know nothing about the King Vons, the Dirk. So I was just starting to learn about them.
Okay.
So, and how I found out about them is from working with kids. So part of my connection with children is I have a 16-week curriculum that's called a street life cycle, right? And so I have a facilitator's manual where I teach how to connect with a kid. You find out who a kid's favorite rapper is, you damn near got your friend. Say, man, who your favorite rapper? So you go find out, research the rapper, listen to some lyrics, and come back and be like, God damn, you listen to him, man. Now they talk about it, killing nigga shit. Why you like him? So now you got something to bond with. So that's how I would find out about certain rapper. Like, God damn, man, you like this nigga? All he talk about is killing. So,
and these rappers have a stronghold on the kids.
What? This what I know. The rappers are mimicking real street guys, right? Because ultimately, all the streets have been mimicked by the hip hop culture, right? So you got the rap niggas mimicking the killers, mimicking the drug dealers, whether they it or not. But you got the kids mimicking the rappers. They really don't know the consequences to what the rappers are mimicking, right? They don't know you shoot somebody, you might not ever come home. They think they might not get caught. So I attack not the individual, but the rapper, because to me, the rapper is a persona. He's not a person. Now, if I say, fuck Sean Carter, I'm attacking a person, but Jay-Z is a persona.
So when you're saying fuck King Von in his
I'm saying fuck that killer persona that's being propagated and projected to us as a culture. Because to this day, I still don't know his real name.
I don't need that. But when you're saying fuck that nigga, you're saying that is the nigga the persona or him?
The persona.
Okay.
But
people can't deconstruct.
That's why I'm doing that, to deconstruct. Because there was a time we deconstruct. You know why? We had Fab Five Freddy on Yo MTV Rap.
Okay, now you're dating this again. Nobody.
Man, come on, Fab Five Freddy, go put that. So you got to see the personality of these people. Yeah. You got Big Tigger, Rap City in the Basement.
I invite a lot of the rappers here. Only NLE Choppa and DDG put up. I think the rappers are scared to sit down and have a real conversation
because they don't want to come from behind the persona.
They don't want to own shit.
No, let me just say this, homie. I ain't scared of nothing, but I was somewhat kind of like, man, I was a little bit intimidated to come sit with Jason Lee because I know because of your intellect that I'm going to have to come from behind the persona and let the man bear, right? So I can't play the character with somebody who's done research, who got notes. I can play the character with somebody who don't know all that. So you're doing your due diligence. So it's hard to come up here and still play image persona and sell my music to these people who think I'm this 24/7 because we haven't deconstructed that he's a man at some time and this is just what he do for a living.
Right.
So,
well, I get that because even with me, they can't separate the entertainment, the viral moments from the fact that I'm still smart. I still believe in my community. I still love people. I love myself. So I get it. That's why I said I wanted to have you on.
That's crazy, boy. He ain't even lying, man. He ain't never lie. Speaking straight facts. It's crazy, man. But that's just the truth. They be hiding behind that shit because that's the shit that gets them money. And if they come out from behind the desk, they ain't gonna get no more as much money. And they're obsessed with the money. So they're always going to choose the money, which is a damn shame. But yeah, man, with that being said, that's going to be the end for part 3. We will be back with a part 4, probably a part 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, and however many parts it takes for us to get through this. We're going to get through it. So with that being said, what it do? So with that being said, man, thoughts on all topics. It's crazy, man. I don't know about the Israel-Palestine topic, the way that he talked about it. That's because I've heard different stories. You know, some might be true, some might be false. I've heard it from different point of views. Some might be true, some might be false. So I'm not exactly sure what I think or what I feel about that one. As I can't say as far as, you know, the whole mixed, I guess you could say race or children or whatever, generation, we'll say generation, the whole mixed generation versus just one straight generation. The difference there, I can tell you for me personally, that I have seen, uh, I've seen what he talks about, and it's a damn shame. I see it on social media all the time, and sometimes even in person. They just tear each other down. While the mixed ones, they don't give a fuck about this. They don't fit in there. So they just do their own thing. They go on about their own day. They go on about their own business. And it's a damn shame when you see all them people tearing each other down like that. And it's just like, bruh, you know? And what people don't understand is whenever Charleston goes about, saying fuck this person, fuck that person, like he said, it's the character. It's not the person behind the character, it's the character. You got to tear down the character to see the person. You have to rip off the mask to see the face behind. And that is 100% facts. And that's exactly what Charleston White does. Is he rips off the mask so y'all can see the face behind. But people don't get that because they get so caught up in all of his and all the bullshit that he says. They get caught up in his character that they don't see the character behind the masks that he's tearing off. You know? And I can already see some people are going to be mad as hell. I can already see on social media people melting about what he said about, the word. He wants the word to be all inclusive. Just immediately, bro. His immediate response to this shit was hilarious. He said, "So can white people say it?" Yeah. I want it to be all inclusive. That shit was funny, boy. People are gonna be mad as hell about that. No, that's our word. You can't take our word from us and give it to everybody else. Ain't nobody else had to go through what we had to go through. Nah. Shit. Y'all heard it first. Charleston White literally fucking trademarked the word. And now he owns the word. So he gets to do whatever he wants with that word. Just like when Disney bought fucking Lucasfilms, they got to do whatever the hell they wanted to do with Star Wars, even though they fucked it up. He gets to do the same thing with the word. And that's facts. And and then another thing that he said when they were going back and forth about honoring the dead or talking shit about the dead and the living and all that, he said, should we not, what did he say? He said, should we not honor the dead? And he said, I believe. Yeah, for real. Slim Shady better start saying it now. Hell no. But he said, no, I believe you should honor thy father and thy mother. And that's 100% facts. See, you can, and this the thing is a lot of youth nowadays, they're honoring all the wrong things. They're honoring all these social media stars, the actors, the rappers, and all this, that, and the third. But they ain't honoring their parents none, if at all. They talk back to their parents, they scream at their parents, they do this, they do that to their parents, and it's just a damn shame. It's very unfortunate to see all these kids going down this path. But unfortunately, that's what happens whenever kids get raised on social media. That's a fact. That's why you can't raise your kids on social media. Can't raise your kids on video games. People still worship X. Man, people still worship Tupac. People still worship Biggie. People still worship everybody, boy. Grown ass men, too. Grown ass men. Grown ass men. They'll worship a dead person before they honor their parents who are still alive. That's a fucking shame. That is a shame. And that's something that I think needs to change. Once you can change that, you have the ability to change the course of society. But until that changes, the course of society probably ain't gonna change at all. So yeah, man. This shit has been very interesting. Charleston White never misses. He don't. That's a fact. He speaks facts how he sees it. So if you guys want to go watch the full 4-hour long video in its entirety, you will have to go over and watch it yourself on YouTube. I believe it's on the Hollywood Unlocked YouTube channel. With that being said, man, I got things that I got to take care of. So make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, your mummies, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else that y'all know. And I am up on out of here. Deuces. Let me get this outro playing.
Hey, with the fun tour, going out here and all this shit, all over fucking USA, and I'm done with all this shit. I'm cool off all this fucking talking shit. I got a whole team to represent. I don't want to do none of this. I never did want to do any of it. Fuck this nigga and fuck his team, bro. I'm out. I gotta go. Square up with yourself, motherfucker.